Welcome, creatives. I'm super duper excited to have you here on my channel. And as you know me, I'm a digital marketer and a business coach. I mentor people on how they can create business opportunities for themselves. So if you're thinking about immigration, then this video is going to be highly informational. So I'm ringing the bell of joy and happiness for those that are just joining us on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is an entrepreneurship channel, and I also provide job and business updates for those that have been looking for job opportunities. So as I said, I'll be talking about immigration for those that are thinking about traveling outside the country. So the things you need to know and put into consideration, I'm going to be breaking it down as I go on my slide. So let's go on my slide as I show you how we can begin. So as you can see here on the first slide here, JAPA culture, does it worth it? JAPA culture, does it worth it? So many people have been thinking about traveling out of the country. I've done my research duly before going through this video, and also it has really helped me personally to get more information about traveling out of the country. And also I've heard issues of people, both the advantage and disadvantage of traveling outside and coming back to your home country. So anywhere in the world you're watching this video, most especially those that are in Africa, this video is going to be informational before you can think about packing your baggages and traveling. So let's just go through the video quickly. So here you can see I say kindly watch this video to the end to get information that will change the way you think about immigration. It's very critical. Once you have an open mind as you're watching this video is going to help you to get information, because information is power. So note, what are the things you need to note? Please note this video is not to scare or discourage you about traveling, but to encourage you to see life in another perspective and plan toward achieving your God's given dream. That is the major aim of this video. So have an open mind as I show you ways in which you can travel out of the country. Traveling easily, that is the major thing. Not traveling in duress, not traveling in stress, but traveling easily. So the good book says in Proverbs chapter 13 verse 10, which says, where there is strife, listen, when there is strife, there is pride, but wisdom is found in those who take advice. Now, in my own interpretation, as I was reading this verse of the Bible, so you may be a Christian, you may be a Muslim, you may be any worshiper, but you need to have an interpretation of what you read. So this interpretation of this verse I just read here is just simply talking about as we strive through life, as we move through life, we are trying to earn a living for ourselves. You should not be proud. You should not be proud. Most people, when they're getting to a point in life, they become proud. So you as an individual, as you are moving, as you are trying to make it, you should not be proud. But you should take wisdom and advice from and counsel from people that you know that knows more than you. And how do you get counsel? Through getting valuable information, through listening to advice. That will help you to move forward in life. So simply have an open mind as I show you how this video can not only help you, but you can use it to achieve your God's given dream, because that's the purpose. Now, What is the meaning of JAPA? Because so far in my country, I'm a Nigerian. For the past 2 to 3 years back, we've seen people who have been striving, selling their belongings, borrowing money, being indebted just to leave their home country. But this has been a norm in quotes that have helped some, and it has made some people become indebted, which I said. So JAPA means immigration of people to countries to earn a living. Traveling is a good thing. Most people want to travel. So if you're thinking about traveling, it's a good thing. But have it in back of your mind that there are things you need to know before you travel. It's just like traveling in your own different states of your own country. As you're watching this video, you can be watching from Ghana, you can be watching from Kenya, you can be watching from Cameroon. So in your own country, you have different states. So let's assuming that you want to relocate from one state to the other, you are going to take a step. And what are the steps you are going to take? You need to know how to get job there. You need to know the cost of living. You need to know many things before you can be able to pack your baggages and relocate to your states that is within your domiciliary. So take it in note. So the same thing as those that want to travel to another country to reside, either for job, for vacation, for education, and so forth. So you need to get this information in order to be able to travel at ease, not in duress. So let's make this video snappy so that it won't be long. So some reasons why people JAPA in quotes. So these are some people's travel to-do lists. Yeah. So some people's travel to-do lists. So let's see. The first one is to earn sustainable living for their family. Yeah. Some people will say, I want to earn sustainable living for my family. I'm tired of the way I'm suffering. I'm tired of the way my families are suffering. So I want to move. I want to leave. I'm tired. So that is some people's to-do list. You see, the first thing is I want to travel because I want to create and make a sustainable living for my family. The next one here is business purposes. Yes, some people want to travel because of business, which is a good thing. Some people want to travel to buy goods and services to their home country for resale. So the next one is for vacation. Yes, most people that have been successful with my research, they don't travel to stay, they travel for vacation. Listen, they don't travel to stay, they travel for vacation. They may travel to 5 different countries within a month because they have the money, they have the luxuries. So you don't need to compare yourself with such people if you don't have the money and the luxury. So most people travel for vacation. Then the next one here, most people travel for study. Most people travel to study. Most people want to have a higher degree. It could be masters, doctorate degrees and stuff. So most people want to get higher education so that when they go and come back, they can use that qualification to improve not only their self but the economy of the nation, because it's very profitable when you go and come back to improve the economy of the nation. It is very important. Then the next one here is proper healthcare, infrastructure, electricity. Yes, most people have seen so far with discussion talk about there is no lights, there is no good healthcare, the government has been bad and stuff. So this is a good point here why people want to travel. So it's a good point to do and travel to-do list. So let's briefly go into the important things to note before thinking of immigration. Please pay close attention to these parts. The first one is the economic stability of the country. Yes, you need to know the economic stability of the country you are going to. Let's assume that you are a Nigerian, you are going to Canada. What is the economic stability of where you are going to in Canada? And with the research, Canada has Canada has different states. Yes, you can refer to them as countries too. You understand? So you can now look where you are going to. What is the economic stability of that place, of that state or that county I'm going to? You need to put it in point. As you've gotten that in order, it's going to help you to know how you can grow within a month, within 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years. It's very important. So do your research duly to know the economic stability of the country you are relocating to. Know the economic stability of the whole country. Know the economic stability of the states or county we are going to. And the next one here is population of your country living in diaspora. Yeah, you need to know what is the population of the people living in my state over there. What is the population of people living in my county over there? What is the total number of population of people living in the entire country? It is very important. Most people don't take this into consideration, and it's a thing to note. So try to do your research to know the population of people in the country you are relocating to. It's very important because God forbid, we are always praying for not to have war. We pray for peace. So when issues of war happens, you should know where to run to. You should know where to go to. And the first thing the first person you have to go to is someone that is your brother, someone that is your sister from your home country. So I hope you understand. The next one here is traveling costs. Yes, the total traveling costs. Once you are traveling, you should know your total traveling costs, from visa, from the ticketing, the housing appliance. Housing for those that will be renting housing in the state you are going to or the county you are going to. So you should know the health, insurance and stuff. So you should know everything about the total costing. If you are going through the education route, you should know the total costing. If you are going through tourism, you should know the total costing. If you are going through visiting, you should know the total costing. If you are going for the maternity, you understand, you should know the total costing. So know the total costing of your traveling. It's very important because we have seen situations of most people that sell their belongings. That is the JAPA mentality. So you borrow money just to travel. It is very harmful because where you are going to, if you don't follow this research, you may not end up making it. So because you need to know your total cost of traveling. Then the next one here is the total cost of health, housing, tax rates in the state or county you are planning to migrate. Very important. So what is the total health cost, the housing, the tax rate of this county or state you are relocating to? So it's very straight. Try to know the health costs, the housing rates, and the tax rates, because each counties and each states even have different tax rates. Most people don't know about that. So do your research to know what is the cost rate of that. Then the next one is exchange rate of your county's currency to where you are planning to migrate. It's very important. So you need to know what is the exchange rate of my country to the country you're trying to migrate, so that you can be able to know what you are planning to do. So since you have personally you'll have a to-do list of how you maybe want to get an employment, how you want to pay for if you're in school for tuition, how you want to pay for where you want to live and stuff. Some may not even have an apartment easily. You can't just go there and get. Some people have that issue. So depending on the agency you are operating with, some people don't even have people over there, like a dependent. So it's very important to put this in notice. So just go through that to know the exchange rate of the country's currency to your own currency. So you compare and contrast to know that. Then the next one is government interpersonal relationship between your country and the country you are planning to travel or you are traveling to. So sorry about previously I mentioned Canada has state and county. Canada has territories and provinces. So that is a note for those that I just made that mistake. So Canada has provinces and territories instead of saying Canada has states and counties. So I hope you understand. So as I was saying, government interpersonal relationship between your country and the country you are planning, and the country you are traveling to. So you need to know the trading systems between both countries. Let's assume you are from Ghana, you are from Sierra Leone and different countries in Africa, because basically I'm doing this video for Africans that are traveling to other European countries, because most people more in Africans travel over there to Europe to make a better life for themselves. So I'm making this video mostly for we Africans. So what is the government interpersonal relationship between both countries? So you should know it. Most people don't listen to news. Most people don't read newspapers. Most people don't search the web to get valuable information, which is critical. So you need to know that. Then the next one is employment rate for foreigners in the state or county you are migrating to. Is very important. So try to know the employment rate for foreigners. Are there job openings for my dependents in my home country? So you need to know that. So what are the plans that have been put in place for foreigners over there? So you need to know this. So when you put all these important things in notice, it will help you to know what you are about to face. Because most people don't know that in the labor market over there is different. It's so far different from where you are coming from. So you need to know what you're about to face. It's not a bed of roses. Let me just put it that way. So you need to know what you're about to face. So let me go to the next one. JAPA culture, does it worth it? So that is the major aim of this video. Does traveling immigration, does it really worth it? Should I stay or should I go? So it's very important to know, should I stay or should I go? So what are the advantages? So let me just bring it out. The first one here is job opportunities. Yes, most people want to travel to earn a living, which I said in the earlier slide over the top of this video. So most people want to get job opportunities. Most people want to improve and earn a living for them and their family. So that is that, job opportunities. The next one here is importation of goods. Yes, most entrepreneurs want to import goods to their home country for resale. They want to sell in bulk. So importation of goods is some of the advantage of the JAPA culture. So most people have dependents over there that can easily import goods to their home country. That is the major aim. So most people, they are not only going there, but they have someone there that can also bring it to their home country that they can resell. So it's one of the advantages. So the next one here is good education. Yes. Most people want to have a good education. Most people want to be educated. Most people want to have masters. Most people want to have doctorate degree and stuff. So it is a good one to have good education. And most people want to go to countries that have stability in their educational system. So you should note that. The next one here is citizenship by birth. Yes, very important. Most people also have the opportunity to travel outside the country to give birth. So through citizens by birth, most people have advantage to give birth in foreign countries, and then it has helped them for their children to be citizen by birth, which is a good one. So if you are looking to go through that route, it's an advantage. Then the next one here is proper living. Good roads, electricity, and tourism. Some people will say, wow, because most people have watched movies about Europe countries and stuff. So they've been like, wow, is this how their road looks like? Is this how they have good electricity? They have nice buildings, infrastructures and stuff. So most people like that. It's like a fantasy land. Wow. So it's a good thing. So having a proper living, yes, it's a good thing. So that is an advantage. Then the next one here is learning profitable skills. Yes, most people have opportunity to learn profitable skills. Most people can learn how to, especially most people that work with companies that makes automobiles, that make clothing, that makes footwears, that make so many things to improve their own personal nation. So you can easily learn those skills and become independent in the future. So imagine you travel outside the country and you are working with Microsoft. Imagine you travel out of the country and you're working with Adidas. Imagine you travel out of the country and working with Toyota and stuffs. So we have different countries. So that will be a profitable skill for you in the future to now say, okay, I want to start producing my own stuff or my own products rather. So that is that. So what are the disadvantages of the JAPA culture in quotes? So disadvantage is brain drain syndrome. Yeah, brain drain syndrome is one of the disadvantage of JAPA culture. We could see we have as a Nigerian, we have different doctors which are professional doctors in different countries that have been there for like 20 years. So imagine we have those best doctors in our home country. Imagine how our economy and our healthcare system will have been improved. So brain drain syndrome is one of the things that is a disadvantage. So most of our dependents, as soon as they travel and they start earning money and they start living in their fantasy land, they never look back. So which has been a backward for the country they just left. So think about it. The next one is taxation and insurance policy. Yeah, taxation. It has been it is a factor that most people they don't care to think about when they want to think about to travel. So you need to know what is the taxing system in the state, county, province, territory that I'm traveling to. That is very important, my brothers and sisters. So the next one here is housing and cost of living. What is the housing costs? Do your research. Know the housing cost of the states, county, provinces, territories that you are traveling to. It's very important. Make it a things to note when you're doing your research. Then the next one is what? Debts. The next one is traveling expenses. So most people don't think about their traveling expenses. They don't care. They just like, okay, maybe we've gotten the estimate of what they want to use to travel. They don't care. So you need to know your traveling expenses. And also, most people sell all their belongings. Most people borrow. Yeah, we've seen situation of people borrowing from their families, from their friends, just to travel. And at the end of the day, when it's time for payback, it will be very hard for them because they didn't put all these things I mentioned in this video into consideration. So traveling expenses, try to know the travel expenses before you think about traveling, because it's a disadvantage for those that don't put it into consideration when they think about traveling. So have an open mind. The next one is debts. Yes, most people become indebted. We've seen situations of people that travel to a particular country, and at the end of the day, they start living in debts. Some of them collect debts from different things they are using. Maybe it can be their housing, it could be the car they own, the automobile and stuff. So most people become indebted. Now it's now time to pay back they now have pile-ups of debts in the country they are. So which is bad. And you having more debts, it affects your stay in the country. So you need to put it into consideration. Then the next one is racism. Yes, I'm black and I'm proud to be black. So not all whites are bad. Not all Asians are bad. Not all so depending, not all Spanish are bad. Sorry, Germans and different countries. So we have bad and good people, but there are some particular countries or states or county or territories or provinces that you may find yourself, that you may be among those who are racist. Definitely you traveling to another country, you are a second class citizen. So make sure it's not all states or counties that have those issues, but make sure that you are in a particular place where you are residing, because that is the major purpose of racism. So that when issues come, you won't be the first that they will target to kill. So please just note that. So, but with God's guidance and prayers, God is going to see you through on your journey to the country you are. So finally here, I am going to say this is an EMT, which means the entrepreneur's mindset theory. Yes, this is a theory that for those who are traveling, this is going to help you. For those who are in your home country presently, this is going to help you. So what is the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship mindset theory? An entrepreneurship mindset theory is having it in the back of your mind that all these things that are on this list should be your number one priority. So when all these on this list are on your number one priority, it will help you to grow. It will help you to expand. It will help you to become who you want to be in life. So the first one is what? Creativity. As an entrepreneur, you need to be creative. You need to be able to produce, to create new things by yourself. So either by learning different skills. So be a creative entrepreneur. Then the next one is production. After you create, what next? You produce. Are you seeing the theory? So once you have created a product that you want to sell, it could be digital product or it could be a physical product. So once you've gotten that skill, you've created a product, then you produce, you start learning how to produce. So the next one here is branding. Once you have a good production quality, then you should know how to brand. Learn about branding, take a course about branding. It will help you, because if you see different companies that they have created, they have put their brand in the online. They put their brand online. You see the way they position their business. You see some that put their brand offline. You see the way they position their business. So when you see a good brand, it will attract customers to buy your products. Then the next one here is importation. You should learn about importation. So there are so many secret products that most people import on the internet and they make a lot of money. So learn about mini importation. How can I import these goods to my home country to sell? Instead of, most people have that money in their bank account, but instead they did not put all this information that I mentioned in this video into consideration. They take their bag and baggages, pay huge amount of money to agencies, and at the end of the day, some get scammed along the line. But once you put that money in together and start importing those things over there to your home country to sell, before you know, you expand. That will really help you. So please note that. The next one here is economic development. Yes, once you start producing, it will improve the economic situation of your own nation. We all know that not everything the government can do for us. We have billionaires all over the world. Most of them, they don't depend on the government. Most of them depend on what they can create, what they can produce. So please just note that once you create, it may take 2, 3, 4, 5 years for you to expand. But once you're consistent in doing this, you create job opportunities for people in your home country. So instead of you going to another country, which is also good, but you can also create job opportunities for dependents in your home country. So finally here is creating sustainable sources of income that can be positioned in different countries of the world. That is it. Once you can create sustainable sources of income, you have a business. Let me use Dangote as a case study. Dangote is a businessman. He produces cement, sugar, noodles and stuff. So if you do your research, it now has different locations that in different countries that he has positioned his business, which is good. So you can search other people's case study to see how they started, to see how they grow, to see how they move. And you can now create sustainable income not only in your own country, but in the country that even wish you want to travel to. Isn't that a good? So once you put this in together, you don't think about just picking your bag and baggages to travel. So your God-given dream or God-given talent may be in your home country. And before you know, you only just travel for vacation. But if God has planned, you have ordained, that you are traveling to that country to make it, definitely it's a good one. But I'm just putting this video out for those that think traveling is just a bed of roses. So that is the major aim I'm making this video. So have an open mind as you watch the video. So thank you guys for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video. We have so many people that this video is going to help all over the world, all over Africa. So make sure you share, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell, because I'm going to be dropping informational and profitable videos like this that is going to help you as you move forward in life. Thank you guys for watching this video, and finally, the best is yet to come. Goodbye.